Welcome to the Cougar Cast here at the Kokomo Post Sports. I'm your host, Jay Stevens, and this is a place to get all the information on what's going on inside the athletic department at IU Kokomo. And joining us, it's my guy, Grant Patterson. He's the Sports Information Director at IUK. Grant, it's August, which means sports are back on campus.
Man, it's great to be here, Jay, and you even caught on. I've got a little energy in my step today, a little pep in my step. Maybe that has to do with sports being back on campus this week. It is an awesome time to be around IU Kokomo and the campus community right now. Campus is starting to slowly fill back up with school just a little 3 weeks out, I believe, give or take. And volleyball, women's soccer, and men's and women's cross country have all taken up practice. Official practice began this past Monday, August 4th, and we have a couple more fall sports to come with women's tennis and men's and women's golf still starting up in the month of August. So it is a great time to be an IUK Cougar, and just great things going on campus. A lot of high expectations for not only our fall sports programs, but all of our 15 varsity sport programs in the 2025-2026 school year.
I've seen some videos circulating around the soccer team's Instagram, and those girls are doing tour days right now. I know they had a conditioning test at one point, and just seeing them back out there, I know it's tough. I know it's a rough process to get back out there with your teammates, but it's also fun and exciting because the first games are, 2 weeks away?
Yeah, it is a very fun and exciting time of year. Actually, as of this Wednesday, this week, we are 2 weeks exactly out from our first official sporting event. Women's volleyball will host Bethel on Wednesday, August 20th. That'll be our first home sporting event and first sporting event. Women's soccer is on the road that week as well in Kansas, I believe. And then women's soccer will open up on August 26th against IU Northwest at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. So happy to report that we will be back at Kokomo Municipal Stadium for the entire year for women's soccer this fall, unlike last year where due to turfing the stadium, we had to move out to Northwestern High School. So it'll be nice to be back on our home field full time this year.
That'll be very, very nice. It'll also be nice to get volleyball back out there. That first home game is on a Wednesday. It doesn't interfere with football at all.
Yeah.
So get out there and watch those talented young ladies play. But also there was the RSC poll that recently came out, and once again, as expected, the Cougars are expected to win the conference.
Yeah, the rest of the River States Conference SIDs all blew me some crap about it in our conference SID meeting Monday. But yes, the Cougars are back on top of the River States Conference 2025 volleyball coaches preseason poll. I didn't expect anything less with the amount of talent that we returned, despite losing 7 girls from last year's squad. Coach Heather Hayes brought in a massive recruiting class with some talent that will be able to step in right away and help out. I'm really excited to see. My coworker Alexa and I have taken up statting volleyball this year, so we've been around practices a little bit more often than I would be in the past, and I'm really excited to see what this team can accomplish. I know we finished last year seeded 11th in the nation, or ranked 11th in the nation in the final top 25 poll. I'm interested to see where we will be in the preseason poll this year. I haven't talked to Coach Hayes about that. I feel like we may drop a few spots just because of what we lost, but I think we will quickly climb back up the ranks, especially considering our first tournament of the fall is against 2 ranked teams and 2 receiving votes teams up in Fort Wayne. And that's not a long trek either. So if you really like what you see August 20th, or you miss out on August 20th and want to see high-level volleyball, you could make the short trek to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum, where there's a massive NAIA volleyball tournament taking place at the end of the month.
When is the volleyball team's home tournament?
Yeah, so the volleyball team's home tournament grew a little bit this year, Jay. I'm happy to report about that. It'll be a lot more on our plate, but I think we're well equipped to handle that, especially with Alexa being on board this fall. It'll be September 5th and 6th, Friday and Saturday. I know we begin play both days. We kick off play at 12 on Friday and 10 a.m. on Saturday, and that pretty much runs from about 12 to 7 or 8 at night on Friday, and 10 to about 6 on Saturday. So going to be a long weekend there, to say the least, but it'll be worth it. High-level volleyball, not much beats it. And we have some, as I'm going to say it again, high-level opponents and competition coming into our friendly confines of the SAEC this fall. So that'll be awesome to see.
Before we continue moving on with the updates going on right now at IUK, we have a special message from our friends at Metronet. Attention, internet lovers. At Metronet, we are all in. The price you see is a price you pay. Get 1 gig internet for just $70 a month, plus sign up today and get free installation, no extra fees, no rising costs, no annual contracts, just fast, reliable, 100% fiber internet. That's blazing speed for streaming, gaming, and working from home on multiple devices with no buffering. But hurry, this limited time offer won't last forever. Go to metronet.com and make the switch to 100% fiber today. Get Metronet and love your internet. Terms and conditions apply. Speaking of love, there are things I am sure these coaches love about the incoming freshmen and the recruiting classes they have put together. We haven't touched on many recruiting classes recently, but think we got a few on the list to touch on today.
Yeah, slowly but surely I've been able to get them out, especially later in the month of July, early August. Really cranks them out within the past week and a half, Jay. Kind of had to put the pencil to the paper, fingers to the keyboard. But yeah, women's golf recruiting classes just came out Tuesday of this week, as well as their match schedule. They bring in a recruiting class of 3 student athletes, one being a current IU Kokomo student, so she'll be a sophomore, and 2 other freshmen. Look to bolster them. They won't have Haley Stegeman this fall. She'll be going into a bit of a coaching role so she can ensure that she can play in the spring with her final semester of eligibility. So I'm excited for that to take place and see where she can grow as a human being and a person, and see where she can take that to her spring play.
Yeah.
And then in the future with coaching, obviously. But yeah, check out iukcougars.com for women's golf, and all the below I'm about to talk about their recruiting classes and their schedules. Last week we released men's and women's cross country recruiting classes and schedules. As you would expect, those are a bit bigger recruiting classes, about 10 kids in each, a little less for both. But yeah, you have to bring in a good sized recruiting class for cross country, especially Josh is trying to get this program back to the top of the conference. I think both the men's and women's programs finished 5th at the conference meet last year. So not bad, middle of the pack, but IUK middle of the pack's not good enough for us. And Josh knows that they'll take that next step. I think this year I have the utmost confidence in Josh and his assistant coach, Jordan Fivecoat, to get that done. Associate head coach, I should say. And then what was the other one, Jay? Women's basketball. Women's basketball is out this week as well. The recruiting class and schedule article will come out on Thursday. So that'll be a good chance to catch up with them. Only 3 newcomers for them as well. But one thing to keep an eye out on is Coach Lisa Fluger is still putting on different elite camps for maybe some up-and-comers who don't get the attention that they think they deserve from college coaches. A good chance for high school kids to come out and learn from an elite college program and get a chance to play at the next level. Who knows what will come from the camp if you perform at your highest level. So check us out there. I know her camps are being advertised on social media right now. So a good chance to get checked out by our women's basketball staff, as we still have some openings for the 2025-2026 roster.
You mentioned something before we started about the scheduling for basketball season. I know we're not there yet, but there may be some basketball fans that love Cougar basketball that would love to know about some changes coming to the schedule this year.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good call, Jay. We will harp on this more come basketball season and once we get into October, but good for you guys to know now that there will not be as many doubleheaders this year. Men's and women's doubleheaders just won't be much of a thing except for the weekends, as the River States Conference decided to go to doubleheaders only for non-divisional opponents. So, for example, none of the River States Conference West will play a men's and women's doubleheader against each other. Say we are to host Brescia on a Tuesday night, or for the men's team, the women's team will be at Brescia on that Tuesday night, and vice versa. So that's how that will work this upcoming season. Obviously, Saturdays will require some trips. You split the East Division in half, and we'll take half of those teams at home on Saturdays, and the other half we will make trips to, and those will be doubleheaders. So your West Virginia Tech, if we go out there, I can't remember if we host them. I think we host them. That'll be a 1-3 doubleheader on a Saturday. I think we go to Rio Grande this year. That'll be a 1-3 doubleheader at Rio on a Saturday. So something different. It's not necessarily beloved by me and my fellow SIDs within the conference, but I do think it may help the student athletes and the coaching staffs a little bit. And at the end of the day, that's what we are here for. So I'm excited to see where this change takes us this year.
I'm excited to hear what you have to say about the final individual that's joining the baseball coaching staff. Joe Kinney was recently named, I believe, the final assistant to be on the baseball staff this year. Yeah,
he runs out the baseball staff. Head coach Colin Connor and his head assistant Eli Hickman, man, they seem to have made a good decision. I'm really high on our staff altogether. Before Joe got to campus and got the chance to meet him a couple weeks ago, he's been around more and more recently, getting on campus. He's out recruiting as we speak. I think our coaching staff is really impressive, both in terms of the type of people they are, and they will be good for our athletic department and gelling with our coaches and our administrators. But I also think they will really be able to take our team to the next level. Joe will be, he'll come in and focus on the infielders, being that he played under 2 really good programs at St. Joseph's College under Rick Odette, and then at University of Indianapolis under Coach Al Reddy. So he has great experience. Those are 2 high-level coaches. And the Rick Odette coaching tree is no stranger to IU Kokomo, considering Coach Colin Connor played for Coach Odette at St. Joseph's as well. So a little bit of familiarity between the 2, but really Joe and Colin and Eli are all gelling now for the first time. Joe didn't necessarily have a relationship with Colin and Eli, so I'm sure that is going well too. But yeah, just 3 very bright baseball-minded individuals that we have on staff this year, and they bring a lot of excitement and enthusiasm to our locker room or our clubhouse that I'm sure our guys will catch on to as soon as they get to campus here shortly.
Do we forget anything?
I don't think so, Jay. I do know that it is the month of August. We were talking about it before the show. At the end of this month, we'll end it with a bang. Not many sporting events going on in the month of August. Just 2 sporting events with August 20th volleyball and August 20th home soccer match. So one other way you can support IU Kokomo athletics this month is the August 30th Cougar Classic alumni / community race being held by our XC and track and field programs at Northview Church, headed towards 26 on Dixon Road here in Kokomo. So yeah, that's an awesome opportunity. I can't remember if it's 9 or 10 a.m., Jay.
I believe 9.
But it's just a 5K fun run or walk opportunity. It's a scenic course too. Take you by Emerald Lake, a beautiful complex Northview Church lets us use, and that's our home course. So you get to be able to compete if you want to compete, or just go out there and see what it's like to run on a cross-country course. May also be a good time. I know high school cross-country kids are probably competing, but if you got a middle schooler or somebody that wants to come out there and see what it's like, bring them out. All we ask is just a small donation that goes towards benefiting our cross-country and track and field student athletes.
There will also be some gear, some merchandise that I believe the cross-country team will be selling there as well. So maybe you're looking for a T-shirt or an old jersey maybe to wear to represent IUK. You can get that at that event as well. I do know there are some little runners, some youth that are in like a cross-country club throughout
Coyote,
the city.
I think it's Coyote Kids or something like that.
I would just say bring them out and have them enjoy it. They don't have to do the entire thing, but just going out there and being around college kids, that'll bring excitement to their faces.
Yeah, being around college kids, I've been on the lead gator or the trail gator when we've had actual collegiate cross-country meets. It is a very scenic course. I have bitten the dust, if you will, and I will be competing in it. I will be trying to run the full 3-point whatever miles, so we'll see how that goes. If anything, just come out there to see how red my face is after I complete it and see if you can help me off the grass, because it is going to be a problem.
My plan was to do it as well. I currently have a bad left foot. Still able to run a little bit, but still trying to figure out where I'm going to be on that day. I probably will still be there. Will I run and walk, do a combination of that? That is TBD.
I can tell you this, though. After that, Jay and I will 100% both be on our respective couches watching college football and recovering from that either way.
Be on the couch. I'll probably have Elbow Ray go with some tacos right in front of me as Ohio State plays Texas. I'm locked in from 3 to 3:30. Got a live show after that on the YouTube, but we will be on the couch watching ball all day.
I love it, Jay. I'm excited.
That's Grant Patterson. He is one of the 2 assistant ADs at IUK. I am Jay Stevens, the host of the Cougar Cast. We'll see you next time.